I cannot believe that I am having to make this video. I cannot believe that this is happening.
In 2018, a mysterious YouTube channel called Pop Blast uploaded a hit piece against Shane Dawson. The situation did garner decent attention, but quickly became forgotten due to other massive YouTube controversies. Looking deeper into it, there's a web of lies, deceptions, and a massive conspiracy theory that either ties everything together or was meant as a distraction. This is the Pop Blast conspiracy. The Pop Blast channel was created in September 2016, though that's not what it was originally called. It instead went by Jacob Sartorius Videos, reposting content from Jacob himself and all related clips. It managed to gain 400,000 subscribers in less than a year, with multiple of its videos getting over 1 million views. This was most likely due to the clickbait titles and thumbnails, which go from absurd to flat out disturbing. Jacob Sartorius Sexiest and Grinding Moments 2016. Jacob Sartorius dating baby Ariel, kissing girlfriend 2016 proof. Jacob Sartorius vs Maddie B, who's hotter? Jacob Sartorius kissing girls on the lips, every picture. Jacob Sartorius real phone number leaked December 2016. Jacob Sartorius likes Kylie Jenner twerking Snapchat video. Jacob Sartorius catches fire using flamethrower, full video. And Jacob Sartorius biggest fan twerks for him. I can't even show the thumbnail to that last video. It's literally just an image of an underage girl's ass with the text, "She's 7. Suffice to say, this channel was a content mill, milking the crap out of Jacob Sartorius and his brand, until his career eventually fell off. Some of you probably don't even know who this kid was. By mid-2017, the channel was renamed to Pop Blast, mainly reposting content related to celebrities like Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande. We don't know who runs this channel, though at one point, their description read, "Ran by a 17-year-old who was just trying to make a mark." A British flag emoji is also included, despite their location being set to the United States. The channel did continue to grow, eventually reaching 700,000 subscribers, though by late 2017, the views dipped, with some videos barely reaching 10,000 views. That was until one of its videos went viral, in all the wrong ways. On January 10th, 2018, Pop Blast released a video titled, "Shane Dawson is a pedophile, here's my proof." The video is 5 minutes long, and I'll link it down below if you want to watch the full thing. I was actually going to try and play the whole thing here, but there's various parts of it that might risk this video getting age restricted or flat out removed. The video consists of audio from Shane's old podcast, Shane and Friends, in which he and his former producer, Lauren Schnepper, discuss a child star that Shane had an interaction with. I'll play a clip so you understand the gist.
This child was probably 6 years old, and I was taking a picture of something, and the kid turns to me and goes, "Oh, are you Instagramming?" And first of all, how does a 5-year-old, 6-year-old know what Instagram is?
Right.
Which is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, I was embarrassed because yes, I was, and it was a picture of my salad. And the 6-year-old girl goes, "Oh, how many followers do you have?" "I have 125,000.
No.
Her dick was almost as big as mine.
Really?
And I said, "Okay, little big dick, why do you have so many followers?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm a cheerleader." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" And she shows me her Instagrams, which are like, first of all, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but like, she's like sexy. She's like sexy.
You're disgusting.
I know. Listen, we've talked about pedophilia
this
before.
is Shane. Like, do not say this, and I don't even want to talk about it. Like, you will get arrested.
The video also brings up a few other claims, though barely any context is given for it. For instance, it calls him out for collaborating with a 13-year-old girl for a video, and for dating people with baby faces, though that's Pop Blast's claim, not mine. It ends with a couple more clips where Shane makes gross statements about children, and calls out his sponsors.
That's the worst thing ever when like a kid who you know who's like so cute and little, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm spraying them!" And then you see them again and they're like 8 feet tall and their voice is like this. And they have like that weird beard hair. Ugh, just stay a baby forever.
The video received quite a bit of backlash, with the title soon changed to, "I think Shane Dawson is a pedophile, here's my proof." The video description says that they won't take down the video unless some sort of action is taken against it, claiming it falls under fair use. A link is provided for that podcast clip, but sources for the other clips and bits of information are not provided, which is sketchy to say the least. Shane would respond later that same day, releasing a 14-minute video titled, "Regarding the rumors about me today." For some reason, he recorded this on the shittiest camera possible, And he's wearing a shirt with a bunch of holes in it. Bro looks like the homeless guy hanging outside the local Wendy's. Anyways, Shane starts off by outright denying that he's a child diddler, in perhaps the most over-the-top way he could.
I cannot believe that I am having to make this video. I cannot believe that this is happening. I'm gonna start by saying, I am not a fucking pedophile. I, Shane Yaw, my real name, go on record saying I am not a fucking pedophile. Got it? Great. Here's my statement. Because everybody's saying, Shane, make a statement. There's my statement. I'm not a fucking pedophile. It's disgusting that people are saying I'm a fucking pedophile because of some shitty ass fucking jokes from 6 years ago on a podcast. Now let me explain a little bit more.
Shane goes on to apologize for his older, shitty jokes. Something he's had to do multiple times over the years because there's so many that get dug up. He explains that those podcast clips are not him admitting to anything perverted or criminal, and that the whole point of Shane and Friends was to shock the co-host.
I loved the feeling of making somebody shocked and laugh because they couldn't believe what was coming out of my mouth. I wasn't confident enough to make smarter jokes. I was making the easy jokes. I was playing crazy stereotypical characters. I was doing shit that was racially insensitive. I was doing shit that was homophobic. I was doing shit that could be considered fat shaming. I was doing some fucked up like comedy stuff that I'm not proud of.
In regards to the main clip, they removed context of Shane describing how creepy the little girl's Instagram page is. I managed to find the episode, and I'll play the specific part he references.
I look at this little girl's pictures, and she had makeup on. She had her tongue out. She was doing like the peace sign. She was doing a backflip, and one of them she was in the shape of a pretzel, and she put #NoFilters, #pretzel. I mean, like, I'm not making this up. Why are children...
Was she really 6 or was she like 9?
She was 6.
She must have been like 10.
No, I asked her. Her bio on Instagram is, I'm 6, bitch.
Stop it.
No, so why? Oh, first of all...
Is she like Honey Boo Boo? Is she fat?
No, she was like the skinny little sexy 6-year-old.
All right, can we please move on?
No, so that's my ugh. Why
What?
are children having Instagrams, and why do they almost have as many followers as I do?
That's your ugh. Mine is...
Okay, fine, move on. But I'm seriously.
This context doesn't really save it for me, and the fact that so many people bought this excuse is surprising. Like, yeah, he's joking, but edgy jokes like this typically don't work. Shane is trying to make himself the butt of the joke for shock value, but when you have a history of making pedophilic jokes about yourself, people are eventually going to see you as a pedo. Despite this response, quelling many in Shane's audience, these older clips would still haunt him. A year later, another clip from the Shane and Friends podcast resurfaced, where he jokes about having sex with his cat.
The things I've done to my poor animals, they will never love me. I've done terrible things. I used to...
Oh no, I don't know if you want to go there, Shane. What'd you do?
One time, I laid my cat down on her
Are you
back.
gonna get arrested for this?
I don't know. No.
Think about it.
I don't think so.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't penetrate. I laid the cat down on her back, and then I moved her little chicken legs, like, you know, spread open or whatever. And I was like, if I just like hump, but like on her tummy, like that's not weird, like whatever. And then I humped it, and it kept going. I came all over the cat.
No, you did not.
It was like my first sexual experience.
No
I was also
way.
like 19, so it's like, you know.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second. Did you just say you came on a cat?
Guys, I think I have to put money in the meter.
Again, a joke, but a joke without a real punchline. Just shock value with no substance. Though it did lead to Shane writing one of the funniest tweets of all time. I didn't fuck my cat. I didn't come on my cat. I didn't put my dick anywhere near my cat. I've never done anything weird with my cats. More clips would resurface from some of Shane's videos, which include him faux masturbating to a picture of Willow Smith, who was underage at the time. Another where he tries to give the birds and the bees talk to his little cousin. Weirdest of all is that Shane would also collab with the Fine Brothers to make Millie, a child puppet whose whole gimmick is that they talk about sex.
Daisy, did you just come?
What? No!
Wait, a Daisy, follow-up question. What does coming mean? Can you explain it to me in graphic detail?
Yeah. No.
Whoa! That reminds me of the thing that my dad used to shove in my mouth when I was 3. Memories.
Shane had to make another apology video after this, where he does briefly mention the Pop Blast video and apologizes for those statements, regardless if context was cut.
So there's a clip that has been going around again. A few years ago is when it came out. And they cut out all the parts where I said, pedophilia is disgusting. And they put it together and it made it seem like I was, talking about how it's normal. So gross. I would never say that. But also, I shouldn't have been joking about it anyways, which is my problem, my fault. So I'm sorry if you heard that.
Nevertheless, the video made by Pop Blast was incredibly flawed and hasn't aged well despite the updates to the story. It reminds me of the Sunny V2 video on Chris Tyson. While the conclusion is technically correct, the arguments Sunny uses to paint Chris as a detriment to the MrBeast brand were insanely stupid. Because of this, Shane's fans are able to sweep this all away, and Pop Blast was quick to remove the video. It's not fully clear why, though it could be possible that Shane legally intimidated them in some way.
Basically, there's a clip right now called Shane Dawson is a pedophile. And then it says proof. First of all, that's illegal. You can't say somebody's a pedophile and say you have proof when they're not. There's a lot of legal words, I don't know, but I think there is a word for that. Defamation of character? I don't know. I'm not on CSI. I don't know. But it seems illegal to me to call somebody a fucking pedophile knowing that they are not. Or at least not having actual proof.
Shortly after the video was removed, Pop Blast had uploaded a video titled Receipts, which shows a PayPal transaction with someone named Jeffrey Oscar 11. The audio is seemingly a young girl naming off random numbers.
116, 104, 101, 121, 032, 097, 114, 101, 032, 100, 105, 115, 116, 114, 097, 099, 116, 105, 110, 103, 032, 121, 111, 117.
Though these aren't just random numbers, they're meant to be decoded. People quickly found out that these numbers can be translated in ASCII, which stands for the American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Using code 69 through 90, along with code 26 as a space, the message translates to, "They are distracting you." So who is they? Well, this Jeffrey person referenced in the photo is also the name of Logan Paul's manager. The theory is that Jeff paid Pop Blast $6,500 in order to make the Shane Dawson hit piece. Why, you might ask? Well, to distract people from the ongoing Logan Paul suicide forest controversy. Only 10 days prior, Logan uploaded the infamous vlog where he explores the Okigahara forest, during which he finds a hanging body and has a peculiar reaction.
I've seen things I can't unsee.
We found a dead body.
Yup! What the fuck?
This became one of the biggest YouTube scandals of all time, with major media outlets reporting on it. Logan had to apologize for it, saying he made a severe and continuous lapse in his judgment and doesn't expect to be forgiven. You've all seen it at this point. So what Pop Blast is insinuating here is that Jeffrey paid them to make this video, in order to create a separate controversy, one that will distract the general public from Logan shenanigans. If Shane Dawson gets outed as a pedo, then maybe Logan will have an easier time making a comeback. This I guess didn't work, which is why Pop Blast is exposing this scheme. Not too long after, another video was uploaded titled Apology. There's no audio besides static, though more numbers are shown which can be translated by ASCII. It reads, "I'm returning the money. It was not worth it. I'm sorry." This was followed by the video, "They Made Me Do It," which shows an alleged DM from Jeffrey in which he gives Pop Blast instructions. As you know, his comments have caused another expedient uproar in the general public. Make a video, around 4 to 7 minutes long, and use the following footage we have collected of Shane Dawson Yaw to label him as a pedophile. The rest is blocked off, redacted as if it was the Epstein files. Just like the Receipts video, the audio in the background reads off more numbers. In ASCII, they translate to Hollywood. This is overall just weird and creepy. It feels like Pop Blast is replicating an old YouTube ARG, something like Marble Hornets or Ben Drowned, but instead of using it for good fun, they're doing it to possibly distract people. There's obviously no outside evidence that Jeffrey Oscar 11 ever contacted Pop Blast. All these images could have been entirely made up in order to shift the blame elsewhere. Like, think about it. If this was all true, why would Jeffrey send some of the weaker evidence against Shane when there's so much more to work off of? And why would he only pay Poplast $6,500 when Logan and his team are millionaires? Though maybe there are explanations for all that. I wouldn't be surprised if Logan were involved. There's definitely some shady stuff going on with them, though the theory itself is fascinating on its own. Over the next 24 hours, Poplast would continue uploading, though these videos seemingly had nothing to do with either Shane Dawson or Logan Paul. The first is titled, "The Video They Tried to Hide," which is actually a re-upload of the Papa Kills Babies video. For context, it shows two children alleging that their father is part of a satanic cult and sexually abused them. These claims are actually false, and the two children are forced to say this on video by their mother and her new partner. After that, Poplast uploaded, "The Rothschild Wants to Talk to You, Shane Dawson," which is a 4-minute slideshow about the history of the Rothschild family, connecting them to various conspiracies. Shane is not mentioned at all in this video, which is probably another attempt to distract people from the initial hit piece. After this, Poplast would begin posting these sorts of compilation videos, basically re-uploads of other low-effort videos. These were given strange titles like "Goodbye World" and "My Minion Toy is Trying to Kill Me." The strangest is the video "Goodbye Cruel World," which shows two different girls discussing their mental health struggles through flashcards. Poplast also did 2 live streams, which honestly seem like nonsense. They're both brief clips, with one showing a little girl describing how her house is haunted, and the other showing what looks like a dog bed with creepy music in the background. There are seemingly more videos uploaded by Poplast that are lost. The YouTuber ScareTheater brought up one titled, "I'm Ending My Life in 3 Hours, Final Video," which was quickly deleted. By this point, a lot of people were pissed at Poplast, as they were spamming out videos instead of actually addressing the Shane Dawson controversy. They felt it was best to mass report the channel, which did eventually work. On January 11th, 2018, the Poplast channel was terminated for spam, deceptive practices, and misleading content, or other terms of service violations. So that was that. The channel was seemingly gone for good, but maybe Poplast wanted it that way. Maybe they wanted their channel removed. After the Shane Dawson hit piece failed, and they weren't able to distract people with the Logan Paul connection, they decided to spam out videos as a last resort. Make it appear as if outside forces deleted the channel in order to not seem like total cowards. That's my theory at least. I mean, it seems like whoever ran this channel just gave up. We'll never truly know. Though it's odd is that the channel did eventually get unbanned. I'm not sure when, though it would have been after 2021, as it was still banned when I covered the topic in an older Lost Media video. Obviously, they won't ever return, though I wouldn't be surprised if they do. There's still a lot of unanswered questions related to Poplast, mainly with their motivations behind their later videos. There's a chance Logan and Jeffrey were involved, though it's more likely that this was done to drum up positive attention for Poplast. Because the views were dipping on their previous content, which again are uploads of other people's work, maybe they wanted to spice things up. Maybe this was meant to be some sort of ARG. The Shane Dawson videos could have been meant to drum up attention for it. Or maybe the idea of an ARG only came out after the Shane Dawson video backfired. It could have been made to simply garner more positive attention towards themselves, being the channel to expose and ruin Shane Dawson's career. Cause at the end of the day, I don't think Poplast gives a fuck about pedophilia. I mean, I think their Jacob Sartorius content is more pedophilic than anything Shane's ever said, since it actually shows real children in compromising positions. Some think Onision could have been involved, as he piggybacked off the situation to go after Shane, and distract people from his own scandals at the time. Let me know your theories in the comments below. Also, let me know if there's any other YouTube related mysteries you'd like me to cover. I really want to cover this sort of stuff again, alongside my drama coverage.